Nutrition. Proper nutrition includes eating the right foods, consuming the right calories and macronutrients, planning meals, preparing meals, and following the food intake rules. The right foods. Various foods can negatively impact your body. Some foods can cause blood sugar spikes, inflammation, bloating, constipation, water retention, and other health challenges. We are so used to sneezing and runny noses that we think they are part of life. However, many health issues could be avoided by consuming the right foods. Food conservation. Our predecessors lived in times when they had to store food for winter that they farmed in summer, and they didn't have a fridge at that time. So they had to invent different methods to conserve the food, such as drying it out or salting, marinating, boiling, and storing it in cans. We live in a time when we can affordably get fresh food from the farm nearby or another side of the globe to our kitchen table within a day or two. So we don't need to use substances used for food conservation as much, and many dishes are obsolete. We recommend eating primarily fresh, whole foods. Processed food. With industrialization, we created a whole category of processed foods that our predecessors have never had. One challenge with processed food is that it is processed when the ingredients are converted into flour. The final product usually has a high glycemic index, generating a blood sugar spike that shocks the body. The second challenge is mixing this flour with other chemical ingredients for taste or form. Many of these ingredients are unnatural, and the body doesn't know what to do with them. They get stuck in the fat cells and accumulate water around them, increasing the body fat ratio. We recommend avoiding processed foods. Salt. Salt is one of those substances that we overconsume because of traditional recipes or adopted tastes. We consume at least 3 to 5 times more than we need, and we can get what we need directly from whole foods without adding anything for taste. Salt makes your blood thicker and increases the risk of heart attacks. It also gets stuck in the fat cells, retains additional water, and leads to obesity. We recommend not using salt during the cleanse and fat loss stages and using Himalayan pink salt later in the body recomposition stage. Dairy. Dairy is one of those foods that is not good for your body. While our bodies can digest whipping cream in the right amounts and some types of yogurts, most other forms of milk are harmful. This is because milk is designed by nature for babies and not adults. It also has to do with how the milk is pasteurized. We recommend only very selective use of dairy products. Oils. Vegetable oils are used extensively in today's kitchen for frying dishes and salads. These products fall into the processed foods category. The manufacturing process for vegetable oils involves chemicals and high temperatures. 1 tablespoon has 120 calories. However, a regular diet would only contain 20% of calories from fats, which is about 400 calories. When we eat the needed amount of meat for protein, with most meats, we already get the needed fat, and we don't have any room for more. We recommend not using oils for cooking and salads unless specified on the meal plan. The right calories. Proper nutrition starts with the total number of calories in our food. How can this number be determined? The basal metabolism is the number of calories the body burns while resting. It is also called resting metabolism. These calories are needed to maintain essential functions like breathing, blood circulation, and body temperature, assuming your body doesn't move. Most people's basal metabolic rate, BMR, will be nearly 2,000 calories. When we move during the day and exercise, we burn additional calories. This can be about 1,000 calories per day at a reasonable activity level. So our total daily energy expenditure, TDEE, can be about 3,000 calories. The meal plan contains specific calories and macros based on the person's basal metabolic rate and stage in the program. During cleanse, the number of calories is below the BMR. During the fat loss stage, the number of calories equals the BMR. During the body recomposition stage, when we want to maintain our weight or grow our muscles, the number of calories equals the TDEE. The right macros. Proper nutrition requires the proper macronutrient composition, macros, meaning the correct number of calories from carbohydrates, protein, and fat. Carbohydrates are the body's preferred source of quick energy, followed by protein, and then fats, which are used for longer-term energy storage. Protein is essential for muscle growth and repair, making it necessary for athletes and people engaging in intense physical activity. Both fats and proteins are involved in producing hormones within the body. When digested, carbohydrates break down into glucose. It is the body's primary energy source for cells and organs, especially the brain. Proteins are broken down into amino acids. They are used for building and repairing tissues, such as muscles, skin, hair, and enzymes. Fats are broken down into fatty acids and glycerol. The body uses them for energy when needed or stores them in fat cells for later use. They also help absorb vitamins. Planning meals. Many people select what foods they eat ad hoc. It may depend on what is in the fridge, what you desire, or grabbing something randomly off the shelf in the supermarket. We also consume a lot of food from fast food chains or restaurants. It is convenient and tasty, but this is a recipe for disaster in meeting our daily calorie and macronutrient goals. We often don't know what ingredients were used when preparing a meal, so it is impossible to calculate the macros even if you use a macro tracking app like MyFitnessPal. Even if we know what's in, entering all those ingredients and what we have eaten into the app each time is practically impossible with our hectic daily schedules. So the only practical solution to this problem and the only way to control your food intake is to have a clear meal plan that defines all the calories up front for each meal. Preparing meals. To have the meal you need at the right time of day, you must prepare the meal yourself. If you buy something prepared outside, you never know how it was cooked. If the cook puts in an extra spoonful of vegetable oil, you miss your target number by 100 calories. With meal prep, you cook your food over the weekend and maybe one more day during the week. People think they can save time by buying ready-made food. The reality is that preparing all the foods you need for the week can be done in a few hours, and that's the time you spend today on food preparation anyway. The needed time is the same whether you prepare some or all the meals for the week. Over time, you become so efficient with meal prep that you can do all of it in 1 hour, less time than you spend today. This is because you are now better organized in your meal planning, shopping, preparation, and how you store it in the fridge. The beauty of this method is that you can plan everything end to end. You have your exact meal plan, you know the meal preparation you need to do, and you know exactly what to buy in the supermarket for the whole week. With this clarity, you can optimize what and where you buy for cost and quality. Following the food intake rules. A healthy lifestyle requires you to follow 5 food intake rules. They are non-negotiable, so you must adhere 100% to them to get results. By adopting these 5 food intake rules, you can quickly drop 5 pounds within 2 weeks. But if you deviate from any of these rules, you will not make as much progress or no progress at all. Your journey to your ideal weight in the fat loss stage may take years instead of months. Rule 1. Eat within 1 hour of waking up. You should have your first meal of the day within 1 hour of waking up. And if you exercise in the early morning, you eat your pre-workout snack before the workout. You feed your body when it needs energy. This way, you let your body realize that it always has enough food and doesn't need to store fat reserves for the future. Rule 2. Eat for 12 hours and fast for 12 hours. You eat for 12 hours and fast for 12 hours, which was determined to be the most optimal fasting duration. If you start your day with breakfast at 6 a.m., dinner will be your last meal at 6 p.m. After that, there will be no more food. Your body switches into its fasting mode. If you put something into your mouth, you turn off fasting and your fat burning doesn't get activated, and you will make no progress in weight loss. Rule 3. Spread meals evenly throughout the day. You evenly spread food throughout the day in equal 2-hour time intervals. A typical meal plan in the program has 4 meals, 1 snack, and 2 shakes. The snack is your pre-workout meal, and 1 shake is your post-workout meal. These are consumed on the days you exercise. Rule 4. Eat most carbs in the first half of the day. You eat most carbs in the first part of the day because they are the primary energy source for your brain, and you feel amazingly energized as soon as you adopt this diet. Rule 5. Drink 3 to 4 liters of water per day. You drink 3 to 4 liters of water per day. You can easily consume 1 liter of water during exercise and spread the remaining 3 liters throughout the day.